start one so that I can hear what I'm saying while I'm looking into the camera. Yeah. Baby Driver is directed by Edgar Wright, and this stars Ansel Elgort, Lily James, Kevin Spacey, John Hamm, John Bernthal, Jamie Foxx, Isa Gonzalez, amongst many other people. And this is his latest film after the Cornetto trilogy and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and after writing Ant-Man. This film is one of my most anticipated movies of the year, and it's about a driver named Baby, played by Ansel Elgort, who has a problem in his ears due to an accident. He has a ringing voice that he keeps hearing all the time, and in order to drown it out, he always has to listen to music because it keeps him in check. And he's given jobs to do by his boss, played by Kevin Spacey, who is honestly giving him things so that he can pay off a certain debt. However, when Baby meets a woman named Deborah, played by Lily James, and this causes a rift in Baby's life as he's trying to decide what kind of life he wants to accomplish outside of this and what kind of life is possible for him considering the one he has already established. Baby Driver is one of the most original movies I've seen in a very long time. It's a film that managed to do something which is take a concept, something like we've seen in Drive, for instance, and this film is like a love letter to that, by the way, and take it in a very interesting and very spectacular direction, if I might add. I really liked this movie a lot. In fact, I didn't just like it, I loved this movie. This movie for me was about as perfect as a film can get. It had everything that I wanted it to have, and it's extraordinary. Edgar Wright directed another excellent film here, and that is something that should not go understated because the direction in this film is some of the best direction I've seen in a very long time. Very quick, fast, edgy, and really good timing on certain scenes. There's never a point where tone shifts feel abrupt. This is a film which is an action thriller primarily, but Edgar Wright is also known for very good comedy. This film has occasional bursts of comedy in certain scenes, and it's proper comedy. It's well timed, it makes sense to the scene. There's a moment which is really intense between Ansel Elgort and Kevin Spacey, and there's a few more characters involved, and things are looking really, really dire, and then suddenly something happens that's hilarious. And it didn't feel out of place at all. It actually feels to the moment and feels well timed and well placed. And that's something else about this film that is amazing, is that the way it's written and the way that it's executed is phenomenal. There's never a point where any of the storylines or anything related to any character feels out of place. The romance between Lily James and Ansel Elgort is great. It's a very good romance. They could have focused a bit more on it if I was really looking for flaws, but considering what they established, I think they did a really good job, and it got me to care about their relationship. But really, this film, where it's amazing, where it really succeeds for me, is with its sound editing and its mixing and the soundtrack and the action sequences. The editing in this film, like I've said, is very fluent, it's very quick, and there are action sequences in this film that are made that way. Something I love about these action sequences, though, is that how they're timed. They're timed in a way that you hear the soundtrack playing over them, and the song and the beat of the music or the drums or the guitars is synchronized with the bullets firing or with anything going on. That goes on throughout the entire film. There's never a point where it's out of sync at any point. And I think that's amazing because it really has this very unique touch to things that way, just keeping everything in sync. And did I mention the action sequences are phenomenal? Because they are. The very first sequence of this film is one of the best car chases you'll ever see. Some of the stunts that they do with the cars in this film are amazing. This film has amazing cast. Ansel Elgort in this film is terrific. He was amazing as Baby. He got better throughout the film in terms of his character, and I say that because the character starts off at a certain place and by the end of the film he becomes something much different, and I really like that how his progression goes. And the movie always is trying to tell you that there are things happening around him, but he is a good person at heart, and this film does remind you of that several times, which I like the way it reminded you. It wasn't over the head, it was properly done and very straightforward and very steadfast. Yeah, that's the word I'll use for it. It was very steadfast. They knew exactly what they were doing with that. I thought Lily James was really good in this movie. She's not there throughout the film, as you might expect from, say, maybe the trailers, but she's there for a chunk of it, and she was really good. I thought Jamie Foxx was excellent in this movie. I really like what they did with him because I did not expect that performance going in. So when I saw what he was given to do and how he was executing certain scenes, I was blown away. I was really surprised at what they managed to do. I also thought Kevin Spacey, as always, is brilliant in this film. He was amazing. He was excellent. He was really funny. He was very serious when he needed to be serious. I cared about his character. I cared about all of these characters, despite the fact that if all of them were not exactly the ideal person you would want to hang out with in your life sometimes. Guys, in the end, Edgar Wright has done an incredible job with Baby Driver. This is a literal masterpiece of a film for me. I think it did exactly what I wanted it to do. It is, for me, that rare film that just gets every single thing right. I guess if I was really digging for flaws, like I said, maybe you could have had a couple of minutes of that romance subplot if you really needed it, and maybe the film could have gone a little faster in a couple of scenes. Get it? Faster, slower. Was he slow? You'll get that reference when you watch the film. I'm gonna give Baby Driver a 10 out of 10. So this movie's not out yet, I understand that. I saw this at an early screening, but the movie does come out next week. If you don't get a chance to see it within the next few days at some other screenings, definitely go check it out next Wednesday starting. Guys, thank you so much as always for watching. What did you think of Baby Driver if you have seen it, or are you excited for it, or what's your favorite Edgar Wright movie? Leave it in the comments below, let me know. I will see you guys later.